I just got in this big shipment of keychains. I'm really excited about it because I've never ordered keychains before, and this is my first time opening these and seeing how they look, so I'm very nervous, but I think it's gonna be so much fun to see how they look and look at my new products. So let's go.
Leah told me we can snow. And I was like, yeah. That's pretty nice.
These designs came out so good, and I'm just so happy to see them in real life. I can't wait to start selling these. These are the pieces of art I've put together for a local coffee shop. So I'm on my back porch right now, and I have this big bag full of art prints that I am taking down to a local coffee shop, and they're going to be up for the month, which is super exciting. I did this 2 years ago in January, and I was like, this is the start of a great year and something big, and they all sold, and that was a great year. So I'm feeling very positive about this again, and I'm very excited.
We don't like teeth, do I?
No. And Jesse came along 2 years ago, and now we're on our way back.
Round two.
Round two, so we're excited. And we decided to walk even though it's snowing a little bit because this coffee shop is pretty close and it's right in our neighborhood, which is nice. So it honestly might take the same amount of time to drive and find a parking spot. So we're just walking down and enjoying a little fresh air.
Like, do you do it where you're like, if you sign up, I'll send you something?
I am back now. I'm a little wet from walking through the snow and the rain, but it was really nice to drop everything off, and I got Jesse a coffee, and it was good to see some of the people there and chat with everyone, but that is enough outside for today. I'm ready to be cozy and sit on the couch. Also, shout out to Yin's Coffee for allowing local artists to display their art and sell their art for free. I am so excited with how these turned out. They look so good. I can't believe they're finally here in my hands, and I can really hold them and see how they look for the first time. I don't think people realize just how much goes into designing new products and new items for your shop. Just from, finding the manufacturer that you feel comfortable with to, design specs and other things like that. Once I found a company that I was comfortable going through, I made my keychains and I love how they look. Same with the patches. And, when you're designing new products, there's this back and forth that goes on between the customer and the production team. And it's hard to not feel annoying sometimes because I made quite a few changes and I was always like, am I being too annoying? But then you have to realize that, they're happy to help you out and you're the customer and they really want to bring your dream alive. I loved that I had creative liberties with things, like with this skeleton. It's spooky neon and my print and my stickers look neon, but this actually gave me a chance to use actual neon thread and play around with which threads I wanted. They sent me the colors that they had in neon, so I got to pick this, and I think it is just such a unique piece. Same with I made so many changes to this, so many back and forth changes, and they really did such a good job. And it's, like I said before, it's hard to not feel annoying and be like, I don't like this, I do like this. And at one point I said I wanted a solid black eye, and she gave that to me, and then I said, actually, I don't like that. And I went back to the previous version. So things like that. And then this cat took quite a while. I think it took the longest because in the first physical version they sent me, this ear was totally missing. And I was like, I don't know how they made that mistake. But the dark blue outline did not have enough contrast with the black. So then I completely changed the blue and they made me a new physical version, and this one looks so much better. So that's kind of an example. Same with this. I spent a lot of time designing the colors and picking like the order for the colors, which I think it probably wouldn't have mattered which order the colors were in, but I was very specific with it and I didn't want it to be too repetitive. So I'm really happy with how it finally came out. And it's the same thing with the keychains. It's hard to pick, what finish do I want to have? How big should they be? It was the same with this one. I had a hard time deciding whether or not I wanted to do the sparkles. I'm really glad I went with the sparkles. They're so much fun. And same with this one. It has kind of that cracked glass finish. That's a lot of fun. So, it's just kind of trusting yourself and trusting the process to make something that you think customers will like. So I'm really happy overall with how these came out, and I can't wait to see what my customers think of them. I think they're going to be a huge hit because these are so much fun, and I honestly want to use all of them on my car keys and my house keys but there's 12 designs, so I simply cannot have that many keychains dangling at a time. So I think these are going to be really fun for people, and I think a lot of shops are also going to enjoy these too. I'm going to be uploading all of these first onto my wholesale platform just because they are doing their January market sale. So that means shops like me will pick a discount, like 10%, and then the platform will match the discount. And that just kind of inspires shops and other buyers to get more new products in and try out new items for their shops, especially with spring coming up. I know we're nowhere close to spring, but what I've learned from doing this is that you have to prepare things months in advance to be ready. So believe it or not, places are already kind of looking at the springtime and which products they want to have. So I've already reached out to some places and told them about my new products and sent some pictures over so that they're kind of tempted to buy from me during the market sale. So that'll be cool. I really want more shops to carry my stuff and take the gamble on my products because they do so well at my live events, and the shops that already stock me do great and the stickers sell so fast. So I have no reason to believe that my patches and my keychains won't also sell really fast, which is exciting. So hopefully I get some orders and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Also, sorry if you keep hearing that really loud like ding. That is just my heating system. I live in a very old house and she's loud. So since it's January, I thought this vlog would be really fun to talk about my plans for the upcoming year and kind of setting those New Year's resolutions, those goals, but I actually find that to be super helpful for my business for the year. I loosely make my goals. I'm not very, very strict on my goals because things happen throughout the year and opportunities present themselves, and sometimes I change my mind, or sometimes a goal that I have kind of doesn't seem so realistic, and I'm pretty open to kind of going with the flow of things. Like last year I think I wanted to do a music festival, and I didn't anticipate doing 4 music festivals. So some of the other goals might have gone to the wayside once I started really focusing on the festivals. But now that I've done festivals before and I know what it's like, that's gonna be one of the biggest goals of mine for 2024 is to, I'm moving all my keychains out of the way because they're all over my table. But one of my biggest goals for this year is to do more festivals again and to kind of increase the bigger events that I do. Towards the end of 2023, I did some real dud events, like events where I barely broke even, if that. And it was truthfully that it was just not the right crowd for me. And that is a painful pill to swallow because it's so easy to pick every market that's available and go to it. And it's just not going to work if it's not your crowd. And that is one of the most valuable things I have learned from doing this. So my first goal that I'm going to write down is more markets. But with that in mind, it's going to be more markets that are going to be successful for me and have my target audience. I would like to do, I think, 5 music festivals this year. I'm doing National Cannabis Fest in April, which I'm so excited about. I want to do Wonderworks again here in Pittsburgh, Levitate again in Boston. That was my favorite one. I loved it so much. I want to do Wonderbus again. Pride is always such a blast. Everyone in Pittsburgh goes so hard. I love it. It's one of my favorite events. And then I would really like to do Firefly Music Festival. I don't know if they're going to be on this year because they took a year off. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But so far, those are like the 4 or 5 festivals that I have lined up. I also really, really, really want to be a part of the Three Rivers Arts Festival this year. Pittsburgh puts on this huge art festival every year, and it is massive, and it's one of the top 50 arts festivals in the country. Like it's a big deal. I did not get in last year. I applied for the Emerging Artist Scholarship and I did not get it. So I'm applying again this year. I picked the option to apply for the Emerging Artist Scholarship and also just regular application. So I'm really hopeful that with more large event experience, they might consider me more seriously. Also, my setup will be bigger, so I think I'm a more eligible candidate this year, and since I already applied, they might see my name again. So fingers crossed for that one. That's a huge goal of mine, is the Three Rivers Arts Festival. But yeah, I want to do those events because I want to take more care of my time. I think I got a little bit burnt out this past year with doing so many events. And I think this year I really want to be selective with events that I know are going to be worth my time. There's one in Greensburg, which is about an hour, 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. So it's a little bit of a pain to drive to, but it's a night market the last Thursday of every month. And I don't know what it is, but that market is so good for me. I mean, there are some nights that I think for half of my markets, I made $600 to $700 a night, which is for like a street festival. That's insane. And I think I can't remember, but my entrance fee was like $25 to $50 a night. It is just such a steal. And the customers there love me. I'm so like, it's just such a positive experience. I get like the fuzzies when I talk about it, but, yeah, I have some customers that come to see me every single month, and some people will come buy something from me every single month, which is just such a level of dedication. And I love my customers so much. They are all wonderful people, and I really love hearing about them and getting to know them and connecting with them. So that's just something that makes me feel so good. The rest of my goals, these are kind of generic, but I want to increase my sales on my website and on my Etsy. I just kind of got back into Etsy, and it's finally starting to get a little traction. But I want to keep really building up my online sales just to be more regular. Like, I'd like to get a sale every single day. Sometimes I get a couple of weeks. Sometimes I won't get one for like a month. It really runs hot and cold. I try to post all the time and share stuff all the time, but I haven't quite cracked the marketing secret. And so that's a big one for this year. You know, I think I might even hire an expert or take some courses, because I think my business is to the point where I need to do that. So yeah, hire someone / learn more about marketing. And when I say hire someone, I just want like someone to help me kind of crack the code, because I'm not there. This is kind of a superficial goal, but I'd like to make it to 15,000 on Instagram. I have a really hard time getting followers on Instagram. I have a good following and I get followers, but I just can't seem to grow. I still get unfollows every day, which is fine, but I really want to grow my online presence, steadily. My sales goal for last year was 20,000, and I ended up factoring in cash. I ended up making around 27,000, maybe more, which is incredible. And I'm so grateful that I beat that as much as I did. So I'd like to bump my sales goal up to 35,000. With that being said, my expenses were absurdly high this past year, like over 20,000. So I really did not make that much profit with my business, and that is okay because I'm learning. And right now I have a solid amount of inventory that will make me money back. And I think as I'm doing these bigger events, I have more stuff to offer. So I'm fine with not having made a huge profit last year, because I think I'm coming into this year. There was a huge explosion outside. I don't remember where I left off, but that kind of scared me, but I'm just going to ignore it, because if it's an issue, then it will be dealt with. I'm not going outside. But yeah, I want to make more profit this year, so that my art can actually be more of a realistic means of making some money for me. and that I'm not stuck in this vicious inventory cycle of buying new inventory all the time as soon as I make some money. So I want my profit goal to be 10K this year, which I think I can do that. I just need to not buy new stickers every single time there is a sticker sale. That's on me. I'm trying to think of what other goals I have for the year. Another really big goal that I have for myself is to increase my wholesale business. I started wholesaling in 2022. I think I made only 1 or 2 sales in 2022. 2023 was a lot better for me. I ended up making, I think 7 sales in 2023, which is really impressive. That's actually more than I thought I would do. So I want to kind of build that up and get more places to buy from me. So like if a shop buys from me and my products do really well, then they might come back and reorder from me multiple times. So that's something that I could see being very successful for my business and kind of building a steady stream of income. And it's really cool because then new customers find you. And I think it's cool that my stuff is in shops around the country. There's someone in Florida who's bought from me and Ohio. So it is really cool to see my stickers in other places. So I really want more local places to buy from me. It's been especially hard for me to get my stuff in local shops. And the one shop that I didn't even think to reach out to, they found me by chance. And my stuff has been selling so well in their shop. So I kind of want to go to these other shops and be like, hey, it's working out for these guys. It'll work out for you. But I've found that it's really hard to get shops to take a gamble on you and buy your stuff. So I want to get better at that and maybe improve my marketing strategy for when I reach out to new places and I'm like, hey, buy my stuff. Because it's basically an email to convince someone to take a chance on you. And you got to really nail it right. And they're all very busy. So kind of cutting down all the extra stuff and just getting right to the chase is helpful for a lot of people. So I need to get better at that. So more wholesale. And then this is kind of a silly one, but I want to get better at utilizing my mailing list. I have over 300 people signed up for my mailing list, and I have not sent out a single mailing list email. And I know that that will help me get more sales and kind of tie into all these other marketing goals that I have. So I actually want to use my mailing list. And then I think, how many goals is that? 3, 6, 9. All right, I think 10 goals is plenty. I think for my last goal, it just escaped me. I just had like a solid goal written down. Oh, I'm so spacey. My last goal is to plan ahead better because so many holidays come around and so many events happen. And then like back to school or Christmas or Valentine's Day. And I'm always so behind where the other creators are. So this year I want to plan for things months in advance so they are just ready to go, so that I'm not messaging people like back to school in September when those sales are already done. Because people start their back to school sales in like July. And I'm so far behind that curve. In July, I'm still like, yeah, it's summer, fall's not nearby. So I need to get much better at planning ahead. And I think like I need to start making stuff for the summer now so that it's all ready to go and I'm not thinking about it. I'm sure that I will come up with some more goals to want to add to that, but I think I can get kind of carried away with things and add too many goals to really focus on. I think this is a really good number of goals and it's very attainable. I truly think that if I put in the work, I can achieve all of these goals. Now, some of them are subject to events and the world, so I can't guarantee that I'll get 15,000 followers on Instagram because that I am at the mercy of the algorithm. But my sales goal and my wholesale goals and other things like that, I think are absolutely attainable. And on that note, I want to go find my goals that I wrote down for 2023. I know I wrote them down somewhere. I don't remember where they are, but I think I do. So I want to grab those and kind of look back at them because I don't remember what I wrote, and I want to see what I did accomplish in 2023 that I planned for a year ago. So let me go find that and we'll see. I am back and I found it. It is this really nice 2023 planner that I bought last year and used once. So, right, let's see here. This is so cute. Why didn't I use this? I'm not very good at organization. I've never been. I'm not a journal girly. That's on me. I want to be. I really want to be, but I am not a journal girly. Okay, here we go. My 2023 goals. Let's see. Make YouTube videos and start vlogging. Oof. Well, that's a 2024 goal. Set up YouTube channel. I'm doing that now. Make a Patreon. I did do that in 2023, very end. Plan my tiers and do research on how other artists do it. I think I'm still figuring that all out, and I think that will just come with time. But I do need to study other artists a little bit more on how they set their Patreon up. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm here. 20K in sales. I did meet that. Build my wholesale presence. I did do that more, kind of like I was saying before. I think that's another goal that just is going to keep kind of cycling on through the years. 20K on TikTok and 15K on Instagram. I can confirm that neither of those happened. I kind of stopped using TikTok. I don't know. It's kind of annoying to me. And every time I go on, it's just, there's more things and it just seems confusing. Vend at a music festival. That was something I was not prepared for with how big that was going to be for me this year. I thought I was just going to do one festival and it was going to be a cool experience, and somehow I snuck in 4 music festivals, so that was a blast. Coloring book. I did not make a coloring book. That's a cool idea. I am open to that this year. A 2024 calendar of skeletons. Can confirm I did not do that. The calendars are kind of scary to me because it's not like you can roll them over and sell them the next year. So I might wait until I have a really, really, really dedicated following and feel comfortable selling all of them. More sponsorships. I did not get any sponsorships last year. Make new products, tote bags, keychains, sun catchers. I made tote bags. The keychains, I guess you can count for 2023, although they arrived in 2024, so that's a gray area. Puzzles, notepads, sketchbook, hats, lanyards, patches, and planners. Didn't make any of those. That's okay. I think that will come with more time and more money to invest. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with what I have now. I'm still planning on making bumper stickers and sun catchers for the spring, so that will happen this year. Another one was to use spray paint. I did not do that. I really want to get into spray paint at some point, but it just didn't happen. Do a mural. Did not do that either. What did I do? Show my face more. I think I did more of that. I need to get better at that. And then make 1,000 different stickers. Now, that is a long-term goal. I did not make 1,000 stickers this past year, but I did make a good amount. I don't know the exact number, but I did make a pretty solid amount of stickers, so I'm pretty happy with that. These are a lot of goals to accomplish in a year, especially a year that I started my full-time healthcare job. I think I was just really tired from that. I was exhausted for the first 6 months just because I was learning so much and doing so much every day. And my job is physically intensive, so I am physically and mentally tired sometimes. So I can see why I didn't accomplish a lot of these goals, but I tried really hard to post reels on Instagram every day and do that, and that really didn't get me anywhere. So I'm feeling kind of cynical about Instagram, but we'll see. So those are my goals from last year. I did not meet them, most of them, but I did meet a couple, and I think that I reached some other goals that I wasn't anticipating. So overall, I think it was a great year, and I'm so happy with how it went, so I really can't complain. I'm super excited for this year. I'm really excited to keep going with Patreon too. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and once I kind of figure it out a little bit more, I think it's going to be a blast, and I'm going to have so much fun sharing the behind the scenes and kind of more into my life. I'm very private with my life on Instagram, so I want a place that I can kind of share more about who I am and what I like to do versus what I think people want to see and what fits my aesthetic, you know, for my art page. So I'm really excited for that. I think it's going to be a really fun community and people are going to have a blast. So thank you guys for tuning in on this video. I am super excited to put more work into my YouTube this year and to grow my presence on here. I've been wanting to do it for years, so I think this is the first step in me really working towards that goal and to connect with you guys. So thank you all so much, and here's to the next video.